that they might then be those who give attention, loving attention to those in need around you and share the work with you in camaraderie. And then here tonight, we simply are here to express, to make your care and attention for one another priority, which you do, and we want you to even increase that because you are giving out a lot to others. You see?
Yes. I see that. I knew it before you said it. I can do a better job.
And this vessel wants the same. And so you have our support. And take good care of yourselves. And you may sense you will have seasons when calendars are full and there is a lot of service, and then days or weeks when calendars are more quiet and open, and take advantage of this to nurture one another.
Okay.
With loving attention.
Okay.
How else may we be of service to you?
Well, I did have some questions about the response yesterday, about testing and all this that she's going through. But anyway, I think maybe that should wait another time. That she expressed being fairly tired, so I don't know if she has the energy to continue for a while.
Let's have one last question.
Okay. Was this testing part, whatever that's going on, and trying to okay, so if our bodies needed to be changed in order to get into the fifth dimension, that should mean that nobody up until this time has ever been able to go from 3D to 5D. So how's that possible? If other people have gone from 3D to 5D in the past, Buddha, Jesus, Bhagwan, etc., and other people who don't even know their names, was able to go with this particular physical body that we have, is there a reason why these physical bodies we have now need to be changed in order for us to go there? Or maybe it's because we're so out of balance. Maybe it's because we're so energetically out of balance. That might make sense to me.
We're not quite certain of your question, but we will explain that. As the vessel has shared with you in conversation, that there are certain human beings on the earth at this time, of which she is one, who are undergoing, we are pushing the envelope with the amounts of energy that we can run through their physical system, the level of vibration and the frequencies, as they are of experimental service to explore the boundaries of how much energy and high vibrational frequencies a human can carry in the physical body. And also, with that, alongside that, there are upgrades continually being made, changes and upgrades to the physical system as we monitor these high vibrations and the effect they have on the body. So this might be like, it is not the best metaphor, but it would be likened to if a patient had cancer and some chemotherapy radiation would be given, and then there would be a time to evaluate what the side effects of the radiation are and what benefits or lack of benefits to the progression of the cancer are derived from the chemotherapy. And then based upon that, a decision would be made whether or not to increase the radiation, you see.
So what I'm hearing then is, if there's some changes, upgrades, et cetera, that could be made to us on the 3D, it would make it easier and maybe faster for us to be able to get to 5D?
Well, yes, we'll say it this way. The reason there are not more people crossing this threshold into living a fifth dimensional experience in a 3D body is because it is taxing to the body. And so there are many souls who intuitively refrain from progression, from spiritual progression, because of the discomfort in the thought, emotion, and physical well-being, you see, because these high vibrational frequencies of the higher dimension, they have an impact on the emotions, on the thoughts, and on the physical being. And so what we are doing with those who have agreed to this service, your wife being one, is we treat with higher vibrational life force energies, and then we observe how it affects her thoughts, her emotions, and her physical well-being, and evaluate before then increasing again, you see.
Yes.
And so we know this will sound unkind, but it is an analogy that applies. So in a sense, she is like a lab rat. Mm-hmm. Where does this term lab rat come from? Well, scientists try things with these animals before using them with humans out of kindness to the collective. There is a sacrifice made on the behalf of the lab rat in service to what will hopefully be a win, an evolutionary win for humanity at some point, you see. And so we are trying different things with her and seeing how much vibrational energy she can withstand safely. And so understand it is experimental, and there are days when her emotions are beyond harnessing. Also days in which her mental processing is being accelerated and expanded, much like adding more RAM to a computer, and adjustments being made there. And then, of course, the physical. And so at this point, the headaches and various are because of the enormous amounts of energy and upgrades and processing happening.
Okay, so is this something that's been done for thousands of years, or is this something new? And if it's something new, why is it necessary now, and what is the goal?
There have been anomalous beings who have held divinity in the body. However, they had insight about how to do so. Some of them did not eat. Many of them were very sedentary. They weren't engaged in normal physical activities and so on. So there have been some in the past. However, this is a more accelerated effort because, as we have been sharing through your wife recently, when you think about Cro-Magnon, you look at pictures of Cro-Magnon and you don't really relate at all. You don't think of Cro-Magnon as a human.
Right.
Yes, because Cro-Magnon is so very different from who you are. Well, humanity is undergoing another major upgrade, you see. And so, as we shared again through this vessel recently, in decades to come, humans then will look back on the humans of today, and humans of today will seem as foreign to them as Cro-Magnon does to you. So there are major evolutionary upgrades happening. There are, as your wife is beginning to understand how to download cosmic codes from source as a creator, and so on. And so these upgrades are swift, and they are of curiosity, and they are experimental, and sometimes not in the best way possible. But that is the nature of experiment.
I understand now. I see what you're saying. I got it now. You can use me.
Well, with you, my dear, we can do that to some extent. However, we prefer to experiment. We prefer to engage you in this experimentation as the facilitator and the healer and physician rather than the lab rat. Because your curiosity and your database of experience and information is valuable in that way.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I understand much more now. Maybe I'll be able to do a better job.
Well, you're doing an excellent job, and we appreciate your commitment to do whatever is necessary.
I can do better.
Okay, we will let the vessel rest now. Thank you.
Thank you.